welcome to another episode of Author Fan Face Off. We have one great author, one big fan. We have one book by that author, and we're going to find out who knows it better. I'm Steve Sheinkin, and my co-host, as always, the leaping librarian, Stacey Rattner.
Wow!
And our author guest today, Jean Luen Yang. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, Jean, wow. I mean, has some of my favorite books of recent years. And you write and draw comics and graphic novels. Everyone knows American Born Chinese, Boxers and Saints, my son's favorite, The Secret Coders. And today we're going to do Superman Smashes the Klan. That's a kind of a big deal, right? For a comics-loving kid to write Superman?
Yeah. So I was invited to write for the monthly Superman comic maybe 6 years ago by DC Comics. And that's just not something that a nerd can turn down. Right? You have to say yes. It doesn't matter what the details are. You have to say yes. So I've been working for DC for about 6 years now, and it's been a ton of fun.
That's great. All right. So I think we're just about ready to get started. Stacey will introduce your challenger today.
Yes. We have Nixon. He is a 7th grader from Louisiana. He loves soccer and math and, of course, reading.
Yeah.
So he looks serious. I think he's ready. I'm super excited to have Nixon here with you, Jean. So are you guys ready?
Hi, Nixon.
Hi.
All right. We're going to jump right in. And I'm going to ask Nixon the first question. Tommy Lee is great at this position in baseball. What position does he play?
Pitcher?
Yep. All right. See, you got it.
Very good. So you're relaxed now. I feel better.
Yeah. All right. And Jean, in the book's opening scene, Superman battles this Nazi villain.
Oh, geez.
Oh, no.
Okay, first of all, thank you, Nixon, for reading my book. I really appreciate it. And I bet you've read it more recently than me, because I have not looked at that book in a very long time. So it was Atom Man. Atom Man, right? It was Atom Man.
Yes.
Had me worried there for a while. Nixon, what happens to Roberta every time she goes on a bumpy car ride or jumps over rivers with Superman?
She starts feeling sick.
Yeah. Or I love the sound effect, she blarfs. And this I didn't know. Jean, before Superman could fly, he did this to avoid traffic in Metropolis.
Oh, yeah. So he would run across telephone lines. And that's actually not my idea. So to prepare for writing that book, I talked to my editors at DC Comics, and I was like, can we just keep it set in the 1940s, right? Mm-hmm. The Superman Smashes the Klan is an adaptation of a storyline from that old radio show. And I was like, can we keep it set in the 1940s? And they said yes. So I started reading all these comics, Superman comics from the 1940s. And he actually did that. They had him running across telephone lines to avoid traffic. And also to scare criminals. Like he would carry 2 criminals out with him, and then he'd run across the telephone lines, and they get freaked out and they do whatever he wanted them to do.
Excellent.
And of course, as the leaping librarian, I loved all the leaping parts of that. Young Clark's first costume was inspired by this performer. There's a lot of different performers there. They do lots of different things like tightrope and trapeze.
Yeah.
You said it.
Is that it?
Yeah, that's right.
Say it again.
The circus.
Yes, circus performer, strongman at the circus, right? That's where he was inspired.
And that was my favorite line in the book was when he observed Clark is wearing his underwear on the outside. And that was just, that was a great look. He just really liked it. Who would have thought of that?
Yeah.
Cool.
Well, that's true of like early superhero costumes. Right. The theory is that they were inspired by like circus costumes.
That's true. I can picture that.
Clark Kent grew up in this town.
So it's Smallville. It's Smallville, and if you go online, you can find a really popular TV show from when did that air? Like maybe the 1990s or
it was a while ago.
Yeah, it was
before Nixon's time.
It was probably before you were born, Nixon. But even though it's old, I think you would still like it.
All right. I'm going to go back to Nixon for the next one. All right. And this story is about, we won't give it all away, but it's about the Klan of the Fiery Cross, which is clearly based on the Klan in this country, and the Lee family moving into a new neighborhood. And there's a scene where they attack the family. And how did Roberta know that Tommy, one of the boys in the story, was with the Klan members who attacked the Lee house? How did she know it was him?
The red boots.
Yes.
Yes.
He was wearing red boots because he idolizes Superman, interestingly. All right, Gene. Oh man, these get hard, especially if you haven't read it in a while. I didn't know what level of memorization you would have of this script. So, this is hard, but it's so funny. I have to ask. All right. Tommy wanted Roberta. Tommy breaks his arm. The Klan breaks Tommy's arm. Tommy wanted Roberta to write, "To my dearest Tommy, the smartest person in the Lee family," on his cast. What did she actually write?
She wrote, oh man, did she write something like you're not annoying all the time? Something like that?
Definitely like that. Yeah.
You're not dumb all the time. Was it something like that?
That's so close. I think we'll give it to you. You are often not a dummy.
Oh, you're often not a dummy. That's right.
I think the judges. Yeah, that's impressive. That's good.
Wow. All right. Now they are getting harder, but I think that you guys can do this. So, Nixon. Before Lois Lane is kidnapped, she leaves this clue in the Daily Planet office.
MJ.
And how did she write that?
The stuff for girls to put on your lips.
Yeah. We'll take that. Lipstick, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Good. That was a hard one.
I know. All right. And I think this is really hard, but I think your memory is doing well. Close to it. Lois Lane notices a price tag on the Grand Scorpion sword. How much did the sword cost?
Ooh. Was it $299? $399? $299? $299?
A little bit lower.
$250?
A little bit higher.
It's $275? $279?
$279.
$279? Okay.
That's an impossible. That was so hard. It was just such a funny. It's it's not a funny scene in a sense because it's this Klansman, but he's holding the sword with a price tag on it. And you must have written the price in the script, right?
I must have written the price in the script. I remember actually looking up what would be a proper price for that because all of that is actually based on research that I did on the actual real life Ku Klux Klan. So the Klan, the second version of the Klan, which kind of came up after the 1900s, they were actually kind of like a corporation. There's the national headquarters, and they actually sold merchandise like that. And the whole thing was like this money-making scheme. So I was like, I remember researching how much like a sword or something would cost and coming up with that number.
Okay, very good. All right. So we're about tied. Who knows at this point? Sometimes I lose track as we go along, but I'm going to ask a bonus question.
Yeah.
Okay. And if you think you know the answer, just raise your hand. All right. Near the end of the story, Lois tells Roberta, this is a quote of her. She says, "In the hands of the right person, blank can become the most powerful instrument in the world." So fill in the blank. What is it that can become the most powerful instrument? Look like you got it. I think you thought of it.
The pen.
Yeah. You knew it. I think you knew it all. You just kind of hesitating. That's very good. Congratulations.
It's nerve-wracking, though. You're like, it's a right
Yeah, you get
answer.
nervous.
That's awesome.
Wow, I think that's for the win. I got to count up my total.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Congratulations. That was hard, right?
Yeah.
Author fan face up, who will know more? Author fan face up.